You're watching the Weiss channel. Today we are doing compound inequalities and statements like this. Okay, you have 4x plus 7 greater than or equal to negative 13, and 15 is greater than or equal to 4x plus 7. So you got to separate the problems and do one problem at a time. Here, 4x plus 7 greater than or equal to 13. We're going to minus 7 from both sides. You get 4x greater than or equal to negative 20. Now you divide by 4. You get x greater than or equal to negative 5. Okay? And now we're going to go over here. We're going to subtract 7 from both sides and get 8 is greater than or equal to 4x. You divide by 4. You get 2 is greater than or equal to x. Now we have to put it together. We have x greater than or equal to negative 5 and 2 greater than or equal to x. You have to have it so it's less than and less than. Has to be less than and less than. So we're going to flip this around. X greater than or equal to negative 5 becomes negative 5 is less than x. Because if x is greater than negative 5, then negative 5 is less than x. Okay? Same thing here. 2 is greater than or equal to x, so x is less than or equal to 2. So now we put it all into one statement where you start with negative 5, you put x in the middle, and then you put the 2. So negative 5 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2. Now, because it's negative 5 is less than or equal to x, it's a filled in circle at negative 5. And x is less than or equal to 2, so it's a filled in circle at 2. And you shade in between. That's how you do it. Okay? Same thing over here. All right? You have two problems in one. We're going to go to this one first. You're going to add 6 to both sides and get negative 6 less than 3x. Divide by 3, you get negative 2 is less than x. Over here, you're going to add 6 to both sides and get 3 is greater than or equal to 3x. Divide by 3, and you get 1 greater than or equal to x. Now, because this one is already in a less than statement, we're going to have to flip this one around and say x is less than or equal to 1. So just like we did before, we're going to say negative 2 is less than x. And then x is less than or equal to 1. So negative 2 less than x less than or equal to 1. At negative 2, because it's not equal to, it's an open circle. At 1, because it is equal, it is a filled in circle. So here is your graph from negative 2 to positive 1. Over here, one more time, we have two equations. We're going to start with this one. We're going to minus 5 from both sides and say 2x greater than or equal to 6. Divide by 2, x is greater than or equal to 3. We're going to have to flip that one around and say 3 is less than or equal to x. Over here, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. 2x is less than 24. Divide by 2. X is less than 12. Okay, this is already is less than, so now we just put it together. 3 less than or equal to x, less than 12. Filled in circle, because it's equal, at 3. Open circle at 12. So you have a filled in circle at 3, an open circle at 12, and you shade in between. You've been watching the Weiss channel.